Sweet, we are live. Let me get the camera a little better. Almost then. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the 12th episode of LBO Academy Live. My name is Sierra Schugertz, and if you're just joining us, welcome. And if this is your first time joining us, let me tell you what LBO is all about. Here at LBO Academy, we teach people how to build lifestyle businesses. In fact, LBO stands for the Lifestyle Business Owner. Have you ever wanted to own a business that gives you a great lifestyle? Well, that's what we do here. We teach ordinary people how they can start from scratch, become a business in their community, and then automate the business so their owner doesn't have to work there every day. You don't need a lot of money, and you don't need any prior business experience. Here at LBO Academy, we empower people to become successful business owners, and we show people how to make the business that runs without them. If you want to own a profitable business that runs without you, there's a step-by-step instructions that you can follow here. And that's why I'm doing these. So be sure to like, comment, or ask any questions throughout this live broadcast, and I'll try with my best ability to answer them. If not, then I'll come back to you the next episode and touch base. So today we're listening to Chance the Rapper Essentials, because he just came out with a few new songs and I love him. He's great. 65th in Ingleside. Hello. Okay, so yeah, be sure to like, comment, ask me questions. Today we're going to go over chapter 9, part 2. Yesterday we went over part 1 of the Lifestyle Business Owner book titled Building a Great Team at Your Company. If you don't have time to stay through this whole broadcast, that's fine. Go to lboacademy.com and join for free today. We have over 100 course videos that will teach you how to start a business from scratch, own the business in your community, grow its profits, and then make it run without you. And that's LBO. Academy.com. So we also have these this new subscription based thing. So basically what it is you will be your first 14 days will be for free, and you'll have access to everything that the package you subscribe to. You'll have access to all of that. And so yeah, what book or videos on products and supplies or like you talk? What books or videos on products and supplies or like you talk? I don't really understand your question. Maybe ask it again, or revise it and ask it again, and I'll try to answer that. So yesterday we went over the effective employee management framework, and today, or the other day, yesterday, we talked about the first two. So which were having the right mindset and hiring well. And today we're going to talk about the last 3, which are training your employees well, retaining your employees well, in handling employee issues and challenges well. So it's kind of lengthy today, which I tried to avoid, but I was like, why not? I don't mind talking to myself. I guess yeah, you get it. So if you want to go back and rewatch the episode from yesterday, to catch yourself up, head over to our YouTube channel. I uploaded that today. And our Facebook page also has them uploaded as well. So you can get part 1 there. You told me already packages. What books or videos on products and supplies or like you talk? Oh, okay. So if you want to, what I was saying was there's, if this is what you're saying, there's subscriptions that you can go to online, and you can get the first 14 days for free, and then you would get different accesses to different things depending on which one you subscribe to. So I'm not sure about packages. I don't know. Maybe I said something wrong, but I'm not sure. So yeah, if you want to listen to part 1, as well as all our previous episodes on LBO Live, go over to YouTube and Facebook. So, hey, if you're just tuning in, my name is Sierra with LBO Live. Today we're talking about Chapter 9 of the Lifestyle Business Owner, titled Building a Great Team at Your Company. And we're going over the 5 components, which are training your employees well, retaining your employees well, and handling employee issues and challenges well. So, number 3, the 3rd component is train well. Again, I'm sorry for my eye contact. I'm just looking at both screens. So if your employees are not properly trained, you will have a hard time becoming hands-off. Once you've hired the best talent, you need to provide them the tools and training to succeed. So Hello, welcome. One of the best ways to train your employees is to train them from the employee training manual, which is a manual that you'll write as a business owner. You will write a manual for each type of job. If you own a carpet cleaning business, you'll write a manual for the employees who sell jobs to the customers and a manual for the production labor. So if you own a restaurant who sells jobs to customers and a manual, or if you own a restaurant, you will write a manual for the wait staff and a manual for the kitchen workers. If you're a manager, you'll write a manager for the manager on how to manage your business. Oh, thanks for the love. So as long as the directors are clear, you have done your job. So what should your employee training manual contain? One, a cover page. So I kind of talked about cover pages last episode too. So one, a cover page. So we believe in being professional. The cover page should have your company logo and the title of the training manual. If you're writing a training manual for the receptionist, the title would be Receptionist Training Manual. The second is the table of content. So a training manual can get pretty lengthy. Make it easy for the people to read through yours and find certain information by providing a table of contents. As the author of the training manual, you will create the table of contents after you've written all the other sections. So comes last. The welcome letter. Start out by being positive. Welcome the new employee to your company and show appreciation that he or she has done, or that he or she has decided to come on board. So if you have existing employees and are implementing the employee training manual for the first time, use the welcome letter as an opportunity to thank them for being a part of the team and explain your intentions. A great way to explain your intentions is to state that to state what you do not intend and contrast it with what you do intend. For instance, you could write, if you're wondering why I'm putting everything in a formal training manual, please allow me to explain. I'm not trying to micromanage you or dictate how you should do your job. We talked about that last episode. I value you as a person and very much, and would love to get your input and hear how we can make our work environment better for everyone who works here. So those were the two. Oh, I wonder why it's not popping up on live. Maybe it'll show if I click on it. We're not on live on Facebook, I mean. Well, we lost them anyways. Okay, so our intention for developing the training manual was to formally document our company policies and describe the most effective way to perform certain tasks. So if you have a better way to get something done than the method described in this training manual, please let me know, and we would love to be happy to update the manual. You are an integral part of what makes this company work, and I want you to be happy working here. This is like if your employee, or this is you talking to your employees in your manual. So yeah, we're just kind of saying like it's good to have your employees talking back and interacting with your manual so that you can get the best version of it. So again, number 4, company background. So what is the history of the company? What does the company stand for? What makes your company different from your competitors? What are some challenges facing the company today? And these are all just questions you should think about when you're going into your company. What must the company get right if it is to succeed as a company? It is really important for your employees to understand why they are working at this business and why they do, why what they do matters. So sure, people work because they need money to pay the bills, but your business can be so much more than just a paycheck, a dispensing machine. People want to be a part of a winning team, always. So people want to be a part of something that matters. People want to be proud of where they work, even if your business is mundane as a gas station. So remind your team why your business matters, always. Maybe for the last 30 years, this gas station has been providing the fuel and people or food people need to get to where they're going, whether it's getting to work, getting home, or going somewhere fun. Maybe the company is about treating everyone who comes in with a smile, so employees have the chance to brighten at least 100 people's days every day. Maybe people who work there will always have prided themselves in maintaining spotless facilities, so visitors and locals feel welcome and part of their town. So what is your company about, and where was the company in the past, where was it today, and where is it going? Those are all questions that you should be thinking about. Oh, hey mom. My mom's on Facebook. If you wanna go say hi. Hey, miss you. Okay, so number 5, exactly how employees are paid. So people want to know exactly how they will be paid. Are you paying them by paycheck or automated deposit? Hello, cousin. Are you paying them hourly, a fixed salary, commission only, or a contribution, or combination, I'm sorry? How often are you paying them? Can they earn a bonuses, or can they earn a bonus? How do they move up if they apply themselves? How often do you review their performance with them to see if there's a pay raise or pay cuts if necessary? So those are also some things to think about. Number 6, company policies. These are the rules that every employee must follow. And again, we're reading over the what you should be putting in your employee manual. So they include what time they're supposed to come to work and when they can take a lunch break, how many sick days, vacation days they take, what computer policy is, what expenses you pay for versus what expenses the employees pay for, how much insurance you provide, what kinds of decisions they're allowed to make, and so on. All your policies should be spelled out on here. So if your employees cannot disclose company secrets, they should all be kind of out on the open so that there's no miscommunication or no confusion to begin with. So this will hold what you and your employees, or it'll hold you and your employees accountable. So if they break the company policy, the penalty should be clearly spelled out and there should be no question as to what you expect from them. I love this song. Go sing the chants, essentials. Number 7, job description. Give them an overview of their job. So what does their job entail? What are their job duties? What activities should they do every day? What activities should they do once a week? What activities should they do once a month, once a quarter, once a year? What should they already know and how to do without having a training, the minimum qualifications that they need? And what should they know about this job, the pros and the cons? These are all in the job description. Number 8, step-by-step directions for how to do their job. So most business owners keep this information in their heads and try to train employees orally. Unfortunately, most people forget what they hear. I'm guilty of that. You can tell me something one minute and ask me about it the next minute, and I won't know it unless I write it down. I write everything down. So if it's important to me. So yeah, people forget what they hear. So for your training to be effective, you need to write step-by-step directions for how their job should be performed. If the job relies on using special computer software, you might include screenshots and step-by-step directions for what buttons to click, which is so great. Oliver does that with me for my work and what I do for LBO. So he'll literally go through everything and be like, Sierra, I need you to do this and this and this, and he'll put screenshots and steps that go up to it. And I'm like, wow, like this is exactly what I need to learn. And now I have it memorized, like I can do it by heart. So if the job involves filling out forms, you want to write them down step by step, exactly how to fill out each form. Remember, you only have to write this all down once. So once you've done it, you can train a future employee exactly the same way. And I'm pretty sure my parents have used the same employee manual for like years and years and years. So you only need to do one, and then you just need to like update it so many times. So in fact, you can even pass the training manual on to your manager, and he or she will be able to train all the future employees exactly the same way you do. So this is a key to systemizing a business, as well as keeping your business consistent throughout your employees. So number 9, how their job serves the overall mission of the company. Do you know why so many employees are unmotivated? Because they do not feel what they do is meaningful. So if you hire someone to make cold calls all day, the employee might be getting to feel depressed or pretty bored pretty soon. So you need to describe how cold calling efforts are helping the company grow. My mom always talks about cold calling and how much she absolutely hates it, but then she's always like, oh, like I got this today, or I got this today from some cold calls. And I'm like, that's great, you know, like they actually do work. And if you're persistent enough, you know, you will get someone's attention. So you need to help your employees and see how important his or her job is to the success of the company. So if you're hiring a janitor, you need to explain how the janitor's work is affecting the customer's perception of the company. If your employees understand why they are important and how they fit into the overall picture, they will begin to see that their jobs are not just repetitive, meaningless tasks. They're actually contributing to something greater. So my parents always told me when I was younger to just take pride in everything that you do, you know, so it's good to feel recognized by that. It makes the person feel good. So number 10, contact information. Here you include the contact information of anyone your employees might need to reach. This can include your cell phone number, the manager's cell phone number, your supplier's phone numbers, the bookkeeper's phone number, computer technician, even the phone numbers nearby, like pizza takeout places and whatnot. Anything helps, you know, they might be moving into a new area and not know where quick places are to get a bite or something. So again, your employees need to know who to call for different kinds of situations. 11, important passwords. Many businesses today have a lot of computer passwords that are hard to keep track of. Luckily, all of my parents are like really corny passwords. They're gonna see this and laugh, but it's super easy to memorize in my case, but I still have them all down in my phone and my notes just because I would, if just in case I do forget, because I am forgetful, then they're always there. So if this is your business, provide a list of login credentials your employees will need. Alternatively, use a password manager that keeps track of the individual's passwords, and the employees gain access to only one central password. So the employees can't see the individual passwords to each site, they only know the central one. So each employee's central password is different depending on which individual sites they access to. So if the employee gets terminated, you just disable his or her central password. I guess it's kind of like a college email and stuff, how you like log in and whatnot. I don't know. But okay, so number 12, terms employees should be familiar with. There are certain terms and jargon that only the people in your line of business would know. For instance, every mortgage broker knows what an ARM is. I haven't learned that. I don't know what that is. But if a new receptionist is hired, he or she might have no idea what you're talking about. Me. It's worth your time to step back and think about all the jargon that you use with new employees might not be familiar with. So provide employees with a list of terms and invite them to ask you questions if they don't understand something. When I was in Sweden, actually, they gave me a list of like soccer terms that was in Swedish, and it was very helpful. I mean, kind of, but yeah, just little things like that, just to make sure everyone's on the same page and everyone's doing their things. Lots of inspiration from your parents, I guess. Yes, they are pretty inspiring, except sometimes, like, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like they say something that's like motivating, but like I already know what they're gonna say because that's how well I know them, if that makes sense, you know? Like I like preach what they say now and I'm like, oh, I sound just like my mom. But number 13, recommended tools. So for certain jobs, there might be expenses that your employees are responsible for that are highly recommended because they can increase effectiveness. So for instance, if you're hiring a salesperson, you might recommend having a smartphone or a fast laptop so he and she can be more effective. You can also give that through your business. If they don't have one, just like company phones or whatnot. So last but not least, 14, statement that the employee has received, understood, and agreed to comply with the information contained in the training manual. This is a statement, kind of like a mission statement or something, that you'll need to sign and give you a copy of. So if there's ever a question or dispute, you can always use the signature to keep him or her accountable. Also, you should include a sentence stating that the training manual is company property and that the employee cannot make a copy or share the training manual with anyone else. That's also important. So if the employee ever leaves your company, he or she must return the training manual. And so, yeah, so writing these employee training manuals can take some time. Yeah, that was a lot of me reading up and a lot of information, but I didn't read up all of it. So if that tells you how much more you should be putting in there, then you should go get the book. So if there's ever any question about how a job is to be done, you can ask your employees to open up their training manuals. If your employees ever ask you about their vacation days or sick days or ask them to look up the company policies, you have it all written down already. So you need to hold your employees accountable in the training manual, and your employees should never deviate from your detailed directions. You should talk with them about it right away. So employee training is a continual process, and the employee training manual should be revised over time. Like I said, it's going to change every year, and just little tweaks are fine. At least you have the base, and you can only just like do it all at once one time. So if you or your employee discovers a more effective method of doing something, a step-by-step direction should be revised. Again, like we were saying, like always good to have some kind of information or some, what's the word, positive feedback. Yeah. So the best companies set aside funds and a budget to train their employees and help them become more effective. The employee training manual provides a good start for new employees and provides consistency for existing employees. After the initial training, continue to help your employees by encouraging continuing education. So, hey, Grandma. My grandma's always on. I love it. So if you're just tuning in, this is Sierra, and we're here with LBO Academy. Today we're talking about Chapter 9, Part 2 of the Lifestyle Business Owner book, titled Building a Great Team at Your Company. And we're going over the effective employee management framework, and there are 5 components. And this in this, and so we're going over the last three. My hand just did something weird. So which are training your employees well, retaining your employees well, and handling employee issues and challenges well. So now we're gonna go over component 4, which is retain well. And this isn't as long as the other one. I just wanted to get all the information out on the other one because that was the heart of it. I feel like the heart of this episode. You couldn't see, Facebook maybe couldn't see my hand. Okay, so now component number 4, retaining well. So it will be difficult for you to become a lifestyle business owner if you cannot retain good employees. There are 3 keys to pay attention to if you want to retain good employees. 1, good compensation package. So at the end of the day, people need money to pay the bills, and good employees won't stay long if your compensation package is poor. This doesn't mean you have to offer the highest compensation in the industry, but bear in mind that it is hard to keep good employees. So if your compensation is below a certain level, you may not be keeping those good ones. So number 2, key 2, healthy company culture. More important than offering the highest pay is offering a work environment for your employees to feel jazzed about every day. Your employee training manual spells out the spoken, written rules of the company, but your company culture is the unspoken, unwritten rules of the company. So if the unspoken rule is that a person who works the longest hours gets rewarded, a good employee who values work-life balance may not stay for long, and if an employee brings up a concern and is told she's too sensitive, she will learn the unspoken rule that some topics are not allowed to be brought into the open. So if you left unchecked, the work environment can turn toxic really quickly. So it's good to have all those just like addressed and like in the beginning, I think. So and it's a major good cause for like employees quitting. So it's just good to make sure that you've covered all the base grounds of your company culture and just making sure that everyone's getting along too. So key number 3, know what matters to each person. So part of caring about your employees is knowing what matters to each person. Some people love to be recognized in front of others, whereas others hate it. Some people value the ability to learn new things and start to lose motivation if their job duties become too repetitive. So some people value flexibility. If employees can work from home sometimes, not have set hours as long as they get the job done, have the ability to have extra unpaid days off, and so on. So they may really appreciate the flexibility to stay with you long term if you do some, what's the word? I don't know. Not cooperation. If you do some, I don't know, but whatever. So know what matters to each person. The more motivated the employees are, the less you will have to micromanage them. Component number 5, handling challenges well. So even in the best companies, the business owner will encounter employee issues and challenges. So how do you handle employee concerns, conflicts, and problems can contribute to a healthy company culture or set it back. So remember, the unspoken and unwritten rules of your workplace are much more powerful than the written ones. And it is important to have the written ones as suggested in the employee training manual, but documentation is key to systemizing your business and making it run well without you someday. So, but it is the unspoken and unwritten rules that will dictate how well your written rules are followed. So your ability to handle tough conversations well will greatly influence the toxic environment at your company's workplace. So if you have, or if you can handle tough conversations, well, people will appreciate what you do and feel safe and be who they are at your company. If you do not handle sensitive situations, well, people will pick up on the cues and behave the way you want them in order to keep their job. So they will slowly lose their liveliness within. However, trust us. We'll trust Aaron because Aaron wrote the book. So the best employees who can get jobs elsewhere will quit if the work environment is toxic. So when firing an employee, some business owners might be tempted just to hand out that employee letter and walk away so they don't have to listen to the employee's sob story, which is hilarious because I just watched a movie called Up in the Air, and it was like they hired this fake guy to like fire people for the company, and people were hella sad, and it was hilarious. But it was actually a good movie, and it wasn't hilarious. It was actually really sad, but it was funny that this kind of relates to that. So don't do that. You don't want angry employees leaving your company without having the chance to express how they feel. They can become hostile and they can cause problems in the future if you just hand them a letter and walk away. People's hostility and frustration go way down if you simply give them the opportunity to express how they feel. So bring them into your office and verbally let them know the reasons you've decided to let them go. Be firm, direct, and honest about the termination. And oh, hold on, let me turn this. Okay. Sorry, Instagram. Be firm, direct, and honest about the termination. Let them know that the decision is final and that there is no room to negotiate a possibility of keeping them. If they start to argue with you, just listen to them and gently let them know that you understand how they feel, but the decision is final. And yeah, I mean, firing someone sucks. Getting fired sucks. So I've never gotten fired, but maybe one day, or maybe one day I'll have to fire someone. You never know. Just be very cautious about it and how you take it and approach the situation. So to prevent things from ending on a bad note, make sure the termination does not come as to a surprise. So if something is not working, have a verbal conversation. And if it's not fixed, proceed to a written warning. So the termination conversation should happen only after the employee has received the written warning. Finally, in most cases, you should have a replacement ready before you fire someone. So otherwise, you may be short-staffed and have pressure to hire someone fast instead of taking your time to find the best candidate possible. Or you'd have to go in and do the job yourself, and that's not what we want. So in summary, there are 5 areas to master an effective employment management. 1, having the right mindset, hiring well, training well, retaining well, and handling employees and challenges well. So if you master these 5 skills, you will have the confidence to build a great team at your company. And again, if you go to the LBO book, there's different things and different bullets that I've left out and whatnot, and graphs and stuff. There's pictures in it that are very helpful. It might be easier to remember than just listening to me preach about it. So if you've missed any part of this broadcast, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get a replay of this entire episode. If you're just joining us on Facebook, be sure to like our Facebook page. I'm your host. Again, today we talked about Chapter 9 of the LBO book titled Building a Great Team at Your Company, and we went over the last 3 of the 5 effective employee management frameworks. To get today's full episode and part 1 episode, go to our YouTube page and subscribe to all of our videos, and these videos are also up on our Facebook page to look back on. So be sure to check out our webpage and join the LBO Academy. Remember to subscribe and join for free for the first 14 days. So why wouldn't you want to do it? It's free. It's for free. Sliding my phone across the screen. Okay, so have a great rest of the evening and tune back in. Oh, Sal joined us and I missed it, but love your makeup. Oh, thanks. Okay, have a good one, and we will see you Monday, actually. So Monday through Thursday, and we'll see you Monday, same time, same place.